today on 2+U Nevada.
You wake up that morning and you're like, I got a great idea. I want to go as whatever. Chances are we're going to have all those costume elements at Catholic Charities.
Still looking for last-minute Halloween costumes? The thrift shops open today that guarantee you can walk out with something to wear to a party tonight. Plus,
but the root of it is to help celebrate those, members in our family who are no longer with us, and that we can still honor their journey and then look at the life experience across this beautiful continuum of celebration.
This weekend is also the Day of the Dead, the great history behind Dia de los Muertos, and where you can go to celebrate. You're watching 2+U Nevada. Thank you so much for joining us for this Halloween edition of 2+U Nevada. We should also say Happy Nevada Day. So I feel like I'm pretty open with the family and discussing the home life. You're very well versed on how long it took me to sew Zach's Halloween costume. And with that, I figure, why not let you meet the kids? So Zach, Stella, come on in. Come on in, kiddos. So this is Stella. She's Rumi from K-Pop Demon Hunters. And this is Zach. Zach, turn around. Show them all these wings that took me 10 days to sew. Yeah. So... with that, I will say, do not sew your own Halloween costumes because it really is hard. And with that, today we revisit some of the most pertinent interviews we have done recently regarding both Halloween and Nevada Day. And you will want to see the very end of this show because you will get to see many more KTVN kiddos and costumes. And you don't want to miss Kristen Remington and Ryan Canaday's costumes. They are legit. We are thrilled to have you joining us today for 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada, and I'm excited to have Chris Johnson, the Public Information Officer of the Reno Police Department, joining us today. Chris, thank you so much for being here this afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Well, we're talking Halloween and Halloween safety. And, as a parent, I'm thinking, oh, do I need to be going through the candy, this, that, and the other? But really and truly, there are other things that we as a community need to be mindful of when it comes to Halloween and safety.
Yeah,
and that's
absolutely.
Sunset.
Yep, sunset. Absolutely. When the sun sets earlier in the day, you could get sun in your eyes when you're driving a vehicle. And so it's very important that when you're driving around on Friday, and any day for that matter around sunset, to make sure that you're aware of your surroundings and be aware of different pedestrians that are walking along the street and on the sidewalks.
And what are some of the other issues that Reno Police really want to get out to the community to be safe and have fun this Halloween?
Yeah, so some of the things that we're recommending is have a flashlight. When you're crossing the street, make sure that you're seen by motorists, and motorists are able to see pedestrians as they're walking. If you have a costume on, maybe have a glow stick or something, again, so you're able to be seen at night, because that's what's really important. We want to make sure that drivers are able to see pedestrians, and that pedestrians know that the drivers see them before stepping in the street or in the crosswalk.
And Halloween aside, just the other day I was driving around that dusk time and there was a jogger and I couldn't see that jogger. They weren't wearing anything reflective. They were just wearing black and brown, the typical yoga pant or whatever. Yeah. and it was very difficult to see them.
Yeah. So as pedestrians, you also got to make sure that you make eye contact with the driver. When the sun is setting and in driver's eyes, they might not necessarily see you, just like you described. So before you step out into the street or before you go into the crosswalk, look left and right, make eye contact with the driver, and make sure that that driver sees you before stepping into the street, because we would hate to have somebody get hit.
Right. And then when it comes to kids and when it comes to trick-or-treating, there are some also rules of trick-or-treating, like don't knock on a door that's lights are off, and that could be for your children's safety as well.
Yeah, so if you're out trick-or-treating, the general rule of thumb, if the lights are on, the porch lights on, then you can go up there, knock on the door, ring the doorbell, and trick-or-treat for some candy. Some other things that parents can be aware of or to look out for, some tips is, there's a lot of different apps to be able to see where your child is if they're out trick-or-treating. If they choose to trick-or-treat with friends, maybe have a Find My app on your phone for Apple devices, or Live 360 or other different devices or apps that will track your kids so that you know where they're at when they're out trick-or-treating.
That's a fantastic idea that I didn't even think of. So there is like, you can purchase like those little trackers or whatever.
Well, there's that. Yeah, you can do that, or there's apps already built into your phone. So I know that Apple iPhones have a Find My function. You can share your location with family members.
Such a phenomenal idea that, I didn't think of. All this new tech, Chris. Okay, and then when it comes to candy, do we still live in a time where we need to be going through candy when the kids bring their wares home?
Yeah, absolutely. When you guys get your candy or your kids get your candy and bring it home, make sure you dump that bag out and look through the candy. Make sure that there's nothing that's open, nothing that's torn, nothing that's kind of homemade or just looks kind of weird. Just stick to the normal candy that's in there and throw that away, and explain to your kids why you're going through that, because they might be upset that you're going through their candy, and just tell them, hey, there might be some opened ones and we don't want you to get sick.
Exactly, because even I was talking to my parents. My parents are taking the kids trick-or-treating, and my mom said, well, what do I need to be looking for? I said, listen, just the brand name candy is fine, but even if it's a brand name label, make sure there's no holes or that it's not open, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Anything else safety-wise that we might not even consider or be thinking of that RPD just really wants to get the message out for safety?
The key is to really be aware of your surroundings when you're walking around. Look out for vehicles if you're trick-or-treating. If you are drivers, please look out for pedestrians. There's going to be a lot of kids out and about on Friday night. And so it's going to be a great day to go trick-or-treating. I think the weather's supposed to be pretty good as well. So there's going to be a ton of people out there, and just please drive cautiously and be aware that there's going to be kids all over the place.
And then so we've been focused on the kids and the messaging for parents and kids, but also Halloween falls on a Friday.
Yes.
It falls on a 3-day weekend, and there's going to be a lot of partying. So,
Correct.
I mean, the common sense rules of safety, right?
Yep, the common sense. Like I said, be aware of where your kids are at. Have those conversations with kids. Because when you have open and honest conversations, the kids tend to understand a little bit more where you're coming from versus just saying no. So just be aware of your kids. Be aware of what's happening around downtown, around the whole city, around the state for that matter. It's Nevada Day. And so there's a lot of fun stuff happening this weekend.
Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, anytime.
You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada, and I am so excited to have Marie Baxter here, my good friend, CEO of Catholic Charities Northern Nevada. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
We are talking Halloween. And, when people think of Catholic Charities, they don't necessarily think about that your thrift store being the place to go or to turn to Catholic Charities for Halloween and fall fun.
So we are all about families at Catholic Charities, and that definitely includes making memories for Halloween and all the holidays. So, of course, our St. Vincent's thrift store is a great place to come and find costume ideas. And then we also have a special event on October 18th that's called Spooky to Sparkle, and we give away a lot of different new products that are donated to us throughout the year with costumes and decor, all the way from Halloween through Christmas items. So lots of fun things going on.
Wow, that's fantastic. Okay, so if people have last minute costume needs, is the thrift store open on Halloween and Nevada Day?
It is. So, Catholic Charities truly never closes. The thrift stores do close on Christmas and Thanksgiving, but otherwise we are open. So you wake up that morning and you're like, I got a great idea. I want to go as whatever. Chances are we're going to have all those costume elements at Catholic Charities.
Wow. And then delve into October 18th. Delve into that specific event. What's the time? Where do people go? And what are they going to see?
So we receive donations from Walmart and other vendors throughout the year. So, last year when Halloween was over, all those things that didn't sell,
right,
they get donated to Catholic Charities.
I always wondered because they don't have enough room to keep that inventory.
They do. It all comes to us. We pick it up. We store it for the year. We pull out all the candy, by the way, so nothing icky. But then we do what we call Spooky to Sparkle. And so on October 18th in the morning, starting about 9 o'clock, people come. We give you a big bag, and you get to shop for free all the tables of brand new Halloween costumes, Thanksgiving decor, Christmas decor. We've got music. We've got a whole party vibe going, and you can come and get a whole bunch of things to refresh your holiday season.
Marie, that's amazing. And you know what I love about this is that it means kids don't miss out on the Halloween fun.
It's great fun, and especially nice. It's all brand new things. So, thrifting is fun, and it's great to put together a color costume. But sometimes when you're a kid, especially when times are tough, having that brand new costume that, makes you feel more comfortable in your school environment, that's a big lift. And especially as, people in poverty are kind of struggling a little bit. We're all kind of trying to figure out how to navigate groceries and fuel prices.
About that, like everything.
Yeah,
right
so
now.
getting some nice free Halloween costumes can just elevate that experience for families.
Well, and it also, too, means that kids aren't going to school not in costume, right?
Exactly.
Like if schools are having these costume contests or costume parades, nobody has to do without.
Exactly. And we want everyone to feel, uplifted, make the holidays fun. Nobody wants to have that, oh, I'm uncomfortable because I don't have something. So it's fun, and it's a great fun day. So it wraps up around noon. It's first come, first serve. So if you want to come, you definitely want to come, get in the line in the morning, go through, grab your things, and then you can launch into the rest of your day. And then you can also weave right into the St. Vincent's Thrift Store because it's held right at our campus at 4th and Valley. So you can also pick up the rest of your costuming needs for your family in the thrift store.
I love that. So I'm going to destroy our display here, but I mean, these are some of the cutest costumes. At first, I thought this was for a pet. It's actually for a darling little girl, like I miss that age.
Me too.
Right? And then this is so cute. Look at this. What is this?
So some sort of
Violet.
little princess.
This darling Violet outfit. And then you have...
Oh, yes. Who doesn't want to be the superhero?
Right.
Complete with the little masks. So everybody's got lots of options. We have a lot of adult costumes that get donated too. So this really is a family experience for everyone to come through. There are even pet costumes, despite the fact that is for a toddler.
Well, thank you so much for talking about your Halloween and October event. But let's also just talk about Catholic Charities. I mean, you guys are such a phenomenal resource for people in our community. And we were talking about this before we sat down, like everything is more expensive now. The cost of rents, the cost of housing, the cost of groceries, and people are having to turn to you who may otherwise not have thought about Catholic Charities.
Without a doubt. So we provide 9 different, programs that are all help to people feel more sustainable, access quality foods, come into the dining room if you can't get a hot meal. In addition to, we like to say every door is a right door at Catholic Charities. We have case managers, we have social workers, we have individuals who can, just open their hearts and listen and say, okay, here's your path to sustainability. We have a sober living program. We have an opportunity for family stabilization through Elevating Families. So there are so many different programs. We really are the largest provider of humanitarian aid across all of Nevada, northern Nevada, in the rurals, into the frontier counties, as well as right here in our local communities. So if you're finding yourself kind of struggling, maybe things are changing a little bit, come to Catholic Charities. We'll help you navigate the different systems.
Love it. Thank you so much for being here. October 18th again.
Yes.
What time do the doors open?
So I think they open at 9-ish. So, but the people will start getting in line much earlier. It'll go to about noon or 1 when everything is distributed.
Sure.
And the thrift stores are literally open every day of the year. So come in and start finding some fun costume options.
Fantastic. And where should people park?
So parking is always a drama, but it is a Saturday. And so, people can come in. There's actually quite a bit of parking because it's on a Saturday. So they can park in there, or they can park, in and around the 4th Street area. So, but yeah, it's fantastic.
Marie Baxter, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
You're watching 2+2 Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada. So excited to have Sydney and Sammy Denham here from the SPCA of Northern Nevada. Sammy, obviously a proud rescue of yours.
Yes, thank you so much for having us. This is a pleasure.
Oh my gosh, thank you for coming. We are talking Halloween, and typically when people think of the SPCA, they think of being able to adopt beautiful pets like Sammy.
Absolutely.
But you also have an amazing thrift store on Moana.
Yes, we like to say we are so much more than just an adoption center. We do have that thrift store location as well, and it's a wonderful resource for us to have because every proceed that we generate goes straight towards the pets in our care and our community programs as well. So,
and the reason we're talking about the thrift store today is because we are getting down to crunch time for coming up with Halloween costume ideas. And I mean, if Sammy's any indication and if you're any indication, I bet the thrift store has something.
Oh yes, we love Halloween time. This is seriously our favorite month for the store. We go all out. So every day leading up to Halloween has its own dress up day. And then we will also have daily sales that you can look forward to. But yeah, like you said, if you're doing crunch time last minute shopping for a costume for yourself or your pet, please consider visiting the SPCA of Northern Nevada thrift store.
And you've got a goodie bag.
Yes, so I brought my little treasure bag. If you can see too, this is a tote bag that's available for sale at the thrift store.
It's super cute.
And so, you know, you can buy one and then put all of your treasures in it. So I'm gonna pull them out one at a time. We have a cute little small dog Halloween costume, and it comes with a prop. Let me find it. So these things here, let's see if it has a price.
Okay, so what I love is this is Toy Story.
Oh, Sammy loves the prop.
Oh my gosh, that's
He's
funny.
like, this is dog approved.
Way to go, Sammy. All right, we'll give him the rope.
Yes,
we'll give Sammy
but,
the rope. But I love that it's a Yellowstone rope. For those of you who like Yellowstone.
Oh my gosh, we get really great brands sometimes. So we do have pre-loved items, but we also have new items, and especially for the pet care section. It's really wonderful. He has this cute little collar that we got from there, and this sweater. Just $10
I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to
for
lift
both
it
of
up
those
for a
things.
little, so that way people can see the darling jack-o'-lantern pattern on it. So you have multiple of these at your store?
Yes, he's wearing an extra large right now. It's a little big, but we have all sizes
And
available.
how much does he weigh?
And he weighs 40 pounds.
Okay.
So yeah, he would probably do well in a medium because it is really stretchy, as you could see. But yeah, we have lots of costumes available. One more here. This is for your cat. If you have a cool enough cat that will let you dress it up, guys. I'm not sure how tolerant it will be, but this is absolutely precious. Oh, here, if you can zoom in on the picture, it's got like this cute little hat that it wears. I don't know.
with
We'll see.
horns.
Yeah.
Double horns.
So if
But
someone
hold it up because they're zooming in.
if someone can get their cat in this, please take a picture and tag us in it.
And tag 2+ Nevada.
Yes,
too.
absolutely. This is
Exactly.
precious.
No. Okay. So seriously though, if you have your pets in costume, and especially if you bought them at any of the stores that we highlight throughout this month for 2+ Nevada, you have to tag it. You have to tag us on our social media, and you also have to send it in to us because that's the whole plus you part. So send us your pets
Yeah,
in
I want to
costume.
feature those cute pictures.
Absolutely. Okay. What else? Do you
Okay,
have?
so here we'll also show off. We have wonderful home goods and decor. This is a cute little
Right.
fall
Not
pumpkin.
just Halloween.
Right.
But all of fall decor.
Exactly. So, I mean, obviously we have like clothing, accessories, but we really like to tailor and create specific sections for Halloween, Christmas. So it's really easy for people to find those cute little things that they want to bring home.
And you have some like fun themed days and sales for Halloween.
Absolutely. So I have my paper here. So the week leading up, like I said, we have different themed days. So like a pajama day, cartoon character day, animal day, twin day, spooky day, and then free costume dress for Halloween. And if you do show up in your costume, you get an additional discount on your goods that you buy.
And that's very important for any of you last minute looking for Halloween costume shoppers. Like,
Guilty.
Guilty. You are open on Halloween, which is also Nevada Day.
Right. And so we also have a perk with that. If you show up with a valid Nevada ID, you also get an additional discount. So we make it affordable for you guys. You know, we really appreciate the support. And like I said, all proceeds go back to our life-saving mission. So it's a win-win. You get a good deal for yourself and you're saving lives at the same time.
Sydney, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you
us
so
this
much.
afternoon.
This was so much fun.
You're watching 2+ Nevada. You are watching 2+ Nevada. So excited to have Jafeth Sanchez back joining us this afternoon. Of course, the director of the Latino Research Center on the University of Nevada campus. Jafeth, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me here, Sarah.
So we're here to discuss, okay, everybody knows that it's Halloween on Friday. Everybody knows that it's Nevada Day, October 31st. But this weekend is also Dia de los Muertos, and that's a very big cultural holiday that people are really just kind of learning about thanks to the movie Coco, right?
Yes, that definitely made it mainstream, but we're excited to be able to celebrate and to also include others in that experience.
So, Japheth, tell me about the history. I didn't realize how far back, like this is an ancient holiday.
Yes, it is considered an ancient Mesoamerican ritual. It dates back thousands of years, which is incredible. And it also has a blending of, when we look at the Mexican region, how the Spanish conquerors or conquistadors, as we learn in school, they ended up through their colonization, basically shifting it into part of what the Catholic religion entails, and it lands on particular days, November 1st and 2nd. Mm-hmm. And so it's a blending of this really like historical experience that has happened over time. But the root of it is to help celebrate those, members in our family who are no longer with us, and that we can still honor their journey and then look at the life experience across this beautiful continuum of celebration.
I absolutely love the fact that this holiday is to honor your ancestors and even revisit or learn about your ancestors for some who may not have known Grandma Ginger, or you know what I mean? And really sit down with your family and learn their legacy.
Exactly. It's amazing. To me, having it on the campus as well as an opportunity to bring the community into that experience. And, it's a conversation, like you said, that we can have with our family members about who has been, in the trailblazers or who has come before us. And then a nice way of seeing this experience of death, essentially, as not being something that is taboo in a conversation. I was sharing with you off air, we have those conversations more often because it's something that we have celebrated together for Dia de los Muertos.
And it makes it less of a fearsome topic, death, less of a fearsome topic and more of a legacy topic. What I also loved is I was asking you, okay, so it's Dia de los Muertos, but when I look it up, I see it's November 1st and November 2nd. And you explained to me that's because there's a special day for infants, children, and a special day for elders.
Yes, it begins in, a few days earlier. And part of it is that like beginning of the soul's coming, essentially. And then you have a celebration that is dedicated to children, and animals are included. And then, we also have all our ancestors and holistically. And so there also are a lot of symbols in that process. And that's what ties into the cultural and artistic experience. It's designed to be beautiful, vibrant. It even includes some opposing colors like yellow and purple, for example. And that's part of just kind of this opposition of like the heavens and the earth, or, life and death. And so there's a lot of like beauty to just seeing why it comes to life in the way that it does. We want everybody to participate.
Well, and I want to get to that too, but also you bring up the art and the arts about it. And, we were having the conversation like how Coco really did help.
Yes.
I don't want to say mainstream, but bring education to people who didn't grow up with Dia de los Muertos and celebrating this particular festival. How is it that the arts are really contributing to Reno's experience?
Yes, absolutely. We are so grateful that through this event experience, we've had funding from the City of Reno Arts and Culture Commission, and it is because it's driving the arts community into this work. And we get to support and contract with other sponsors in the community who are dancers. I mentioned, we have Aztec dancers, we have food, we have the whole back of the ballrooms at the Joe Crowley Student Union at our University of Nevada, Reno includes full activity tables for children, like face painting of things like La Catrina. So all of that helps to tie in the arts, the culture, the music experience. And it also includes poems. There are a lot of poems about the beauty of death, and like there's a very specific way of rhyming. Like we have, patterns that are important to that. They're called calaveritas, which is a word for skulls, but it's also poetic experiences in that process.
And we've been kind of talking around it, but basically what we're getting to is we've got the holiday, and Japheth and the university is hosting an event on November 2nd from 2 to 5 p.m. at the Joe Crowley Student Union ballrooms. And again, this is something for the entire family, for the entire community to come out and participate. And I would love my kids to learn about this holiday and to learn about how to make an altar and learn how to honor our family and our legacy. And that's really what this event is about.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for the support. It is definitely something we encourage all community members to join us. And as you mentioned, it is funded by the City of Reno Arts and Culture Commission, and we do so in partnership with one of our organizations on campus entitled Vamos Pac. So their director, Osvaldo Jimenez Estupiñan, has taken the lead on implementing the program. And, the funds are essential to this process. So I'm glad that you have us here with an opportunity to also discuss, the background of being able to carry out the event in perpetuity.
You know what I love about this too is that the event is bringing everyone to the university campus, and it makes the university less scary and more approachable for our kids and makes them think, oh, I could go to school here one day.
Yes, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the research behind events like this. And a big part of it is that when we do have events that allow us to think about community-wide experiences, it draws in the community to the campus, and that's an important reason for always hosting it on our university campus. Now there are also events outside of the university, but the beauty of that, as you said, is it draws people in, and then they're like, oh, I could be a student here, or oh, I didn't realize I could easily park in this location and have access to the university. And so that's another essential element to why we host it.
Well, Japhet, thank you so much for joining us. Again, the event is November 2nd from 2 to 5. If anyone wants to donate to the Latino Research Center or learn more, where do they go?
They are welcome to call us, 784-4010. They're welcome to visit our university website, which is the usual unr.edu, and then you do a / Latino-center or -research-center. It's a long term.
We'll put it up on the screen.
Yes, thank you for that.
Japhet, thanks so much. You're watching 2+U Nevada. Watching 2+U Nevada. Joining us this afternoon, Jen Obrich with the Girl Scouts of Sierra Nevada. Jen, thank you so much for being here this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
So we are here talking about the founder of the Girl Scouts because October 31st is her birthday, also known as Founders Day.
Yes. So Juliet Gordon Lowe was born October 31st in 1860. And she started Girl Scouts in 1912 with a troop of 18 girls.
In fact, she's right behind me, right above my head. She's the center woman there. And you were telling me she lived a very unique life, especially for the time in which she lived.
She did. She was interested in all of the things that girls were not supposed to do back then. So sports and outdoors and learning different skills like first aid and how to pitch a tent and how to cook outdoors and all of those fun things.
And you think about it, maybe that's how we ended up having, and I say we, I'm a former Girl Scout, how we had to get all those patches to learn all of those special skills. And what an important lesson for our young ladies growing up. What do you think that she wanted for the women and girls growing up in America, especially in the time in which she grew up?
She wanted girls to learn that there's nothing that they can't do. So she wanted girls to learn that they can be useful, they can change their communities, and they can learn important life skills.
What do you think her biggest legacy is?
Well, the Girl Scouts is her biggest legacy. But the best story I like to tell about her is when the Girl Scout movement was struggling in 1914. She sold her strand of pearls, which was a wedding gift, for about $8,000 to keep the movement going, which would be the equivalent of around $230,000 today.
So take your hand off and say that again. She sold these pearls, this pearl necklace, for how much, and how much was it worth?
She sold it for $8,000 back then. It was a coveted wedding gift, and she sold her pearls to keep the Girl Scout movement going in 1914. And that would be the equivalent of about $230,000 today.
That is amazing because she believed so much in its purpose. What do you think the Girl Scouts today is like compared to the Girl Scouts that she started?
Well, it's changed quite a bit over the years. We now have what we call our 4 pillars. So we teach leadership skills to girls through entrepreneurship, outdoors, life skills, and forgive me, STEM. STEM's actually our largest pillar. We have 146 STEM badges now, I believe. Wow. And then we have our higher awards now as well, which we didn't have at the very beginning. And that's our bronze, silver, and gold. And the girls really change the world through those awards. And they start that in 4th grade, going up to the gold award, which starts in high school. And the gold award is the highest award a Girl Scout can earn. It's the equivalent to the Eagle Scout, which everyone knows, but we want everyone to know about the gold award.
Absolutely.
And we have some local girls that have done some really amazing projects for our community. We have Sadie Beal in Tahoe a couple of years ago, got her gold award. She created what she called Cold Water Shock Campaign. So she realized that a lot of people were drowning in, not a lot of people, but people drown in Lake Tahoe because they don't understand how alpine lakes, how cold they really are and the dangers of them. So she created a video to teach you about the dangers of them, how to stay safe in Tahoe, put it on a sticker on a QR code, and then put it at 1,200 different boating on boats and boating facilities.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is so important. Well, okay, a phenomenal project there. Tell me more.
There's another one I could tell you about, and that was last year. Millie Grieve created what she called breast vests, which sounds funny when you say it, but she actually sewed neoprene vests to go over the CPR dummies for the Reno lifeguards because she realized they were never taught how to do CPR on women.
Well,
So-
that just seems
Exactly.
okay. Oh, good on her.
And I think she led workshops for 1,000 different volunteers and lifeguards and had a 71% response that they felt more comfortable doing CPR on women.
You know, that is really important. What wonderful work by these local women, local young women. You know, when you tell those stories and you think about where it all started so long ago and where we've come today, you know, you really have to point to the Girl Scouts as being one of the key reasons why women are so confident and have this leadership skill, you know, throughout generations.
They do. We're over 50 million alumnus strong countrywide, and it really is the premier leadership organization for girls.
So if somebody is looking to join a Girl Scout troop, start a Girl Scout troop, volunteer for the Girl Scouts, where do they go?
GSSN.org, and you can find all of our volunteer information. You can also find information about Triumphant, which is our largest fundraising luncheon that we do throughout the year, and that includes a showcase with the girls, so you get to come and hear about all the amazing patch and badge programs that they do and what they learn, and you get to hear about their higher awards. We also have our STARS, which are our philanthropic society, and then we have a lot more ways to volunteer other than just being a troop leader.
Oh, that's phenomenal information. And again, the earliest age that a girl can join.
Kindergarten.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada. So excited to have Chantel Peck here, the executive director of Nevada Day Parade. Of course, the Nevada Day Parade taking place this Saturday, November 1st. You are in like
The thick of it.
the thick of it right now.
Yep.
So excited to have you here.
It's going to be a fun time. We're super excited
really
about it.
is. It's going to be a fun time. And I had no idea that the parade is not put on by the state.
Nope. So the parade is put on by a board of about 12 people who are all volunteers. And they dedicate their time and their energy all year long to putting on this amazing event for the community. So it literally takes us a full year to plan the parade that will happen in just a few days.
No kidding. And how many entrants do you have this year? Isn't this always the largest parade in the state?
Yes. So we always cap the parade at about 200 entries. This year, because of the Capitol Christmas tree coming, we have 233 entries. So it's going to be a very large parade, one of the largest that we've had in the past couple of years.
Oh, well, I'm so excited. I'm marching in it with my husband because his company is in the parade and super excited to walk it. It's always so fun
Yeah.
to be down there, Carson City, celebrating our statehood. And you mentioned the Capitol Christmas tree. I mean, how cool is it that the Capitol Christmas tree is from our state and we all get to see it before it rests in DC?
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the most exciting things happening at the parade this year. We always try and have a sprinkle of little surprises, of course, for the audience. But this year when the Capitol Christmas tree reached out, we were like, oh, this is going to be it. This is the moment.
100%. So is it the front of the parade? Is it the middle of the parade? Or is it the end? Or can you say?
Just going to have to come find out.
Well, way to go, Chantel. Okay. But with this tree, because it is so big, how do you even handle having it march down through downtown Carson?
Yeah, so it's going to be on a 100-foot long trailer. It will be completely enclosed in kind of a glass box is what I've come to understand. It's got a banner that everyone can sign and see and do all of the things. It's going all the way down the parade route and then making its stop at Carson City Toyota for what's called the whistle stop. So
fun. Now you said that there's a banner that we can all sign. So do we do that before the parade starts?
Nope, you're going to do that after the parade at Carson City Toyota.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you say that this parade is planned all year and a small team of volunteers puts it on. I still can't wrap my head around that because of how huge this parade is. What do you as volunteers need from the community in order for this parade to continue?
Yeah, so community support is really what we ask for time and time again. It costs about $100,000 to put on the parade of this size because we have to get permits and porta potties and all of the things. In order to raise that money, we have a small gift shop in Carson City. So they are open year-round from usually 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And it's at 1013 South Carson Street in the Reds parking lot, or we now have a new online store. So you can actually just go on to www.nevadaday.com and shop us right on the website.
And we'll put that website up right now on your screen so you can follow it. But you have such cute items. You brought some of the items that you sell there.
Absolutely.
And so the contributions of selling these items, and I just asked her, I said, well, how much is, of course, we've got our bighorn. And then how much is, of course, we've got our Wolf Go pack. But with these, they are adorable.
Thank you.
And the proceeds go towards keeping this parade going.
Yep. 100% of the proceeds that we raise at the gift shop help to support the parade and keep the parade going, along with all of the vendor fees or the parade fees or any of those fees really go to help putting on the parade. And of course, we can't thank our sponsors enough. There are a large majority of sponsors that help us put on this parade every year, and they're all listed on our website as well.
You know, this does fall on a 3-day weekend. That always makes it fun, but it also brings out a lot of people. So safety measures are being taken, of course. And it was interesting to me that you said that the tree itself is in an enclosure. That's probably for the safety of it getting shipped to DC as well.
Yep, that is correct. So the U.S. Forest Service takes care of prepping the tree and doing all of those things for the Capitol Christmas tree, and they have had this special truck made specifically for the tree every year.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. We have just a little bit of time left.
Okay.
So when does the parade start? Who's the Grand Marshal? And where do we park?
Yeah. So the parade is happening on Saturday, November 1st. It starts promptly at 10 a.m. with a flyover. We're hoping Jets, but if not, Care Flight, of course, has generously stepped up and said, no problem, we'll be your flyover. And the Grand Marshal this year is Bob Tallman, being supported by the Reno Rodeo. So we are so excited to have him supporting the Wild Wild West Parade, because it's only fitting to have the rodeo supporting the parade.
Absolutely. And then where's the best place to park? Because you don't want to park in neighborhoods.
Yes. I honestly will tell you the best way to handle this is to park on a side street and walk into the parade. Because if you try and park in a staging area or any of the closed streets, we've closed those streets primarily for the protection of the parade. So park at the top of town, park at the end of town, but walk into the parade is going to be your best bet.
Get your steps in, right?
Get your
You gotta
steps in,
work
get
off all
there
that
early.
candy.
Get there super early. I mean, if people have not started setting up chairs yet, they will be probably by noon today.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you so much for
Absolutely.
joining us. Have a successful event.
It will be a fantastic time.
You're watching 2+U Nevada. Each year, KTVN has trick-or-treaters come into our studios. Obviously, we take our costumes very seriously here because we have the KTVN break room fridge, we have election night pizza, and we've got astronauts, dinosaurs. We hope that you have fun with your ghouls and goblins. Have a safe Halloween. Everyone say Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
2 News Nevada at 4 starts now.